Welcome, everyone, to another edition of Wednesday Night Shooting. I am Tonya Rodgers here with the number one Cagesiders reviewer at this point,
Aw.
Andrew M. Swift. Like, I think he reviewed everything except for NXT.
Well, who wants to? I mean, to be fair, NXT was a lot of fun tonight.
I watched it last night. I watched it tonight. I watched it because
that was a hoot. And Drew McIntyre, boy, I tell
oh God.
you. Oh boy.
Oh yes. Before we get into like the main roster, let me pause for a second to just tell people how in love I am with Drew McIntyre. Oh my God, he skyrocketed up the list past a lot of people tonight. I was like, be still, my beating heart. Oh my God. Yes. I'm like, push him. Like, can he beat Bobby Roode next week for the title? And let's not even have a feud. Just make the match.
Yeah.
Belt him now.
Belt
right
him.
now.
I like belt him as a phrase. I'm surprised. Yeah, that's a good one. Like mine was always like put the belt on like, him, but belt him is a better one. I like that.
Yeah, and also before we get into the show, I was explaining to Andrew, some people who watch the show regularly may be kind of confused, like, wait a minute, that's not Roman Reigns as her avatar. And so I decided that he's the top guy now. So, I don't have to go as hard for him and promoting him and stuff. Like, he beat Undertaker. He's the top guy. So now every week I'm going to decide, like, who had the best week overall. And I'm going to try to feature a very nice photo of them. And this one of Kevin Owens, because he is my cuddly little psychotic teddy bear. And so just a picture of him, like, having something cute on, but like totally being grumpy about it. It's like the best thing ever to me. Yeah, we're gonna get into KO, but I'm gonna have to do my front of the class right quick. Get this out of the way. Okay. This week I'm going to have to call Roman Reigns to the front of the classroom. All I'm going to say is when you come back, if you don't take a blowtorch to that motherfucker's balls, I'm going to be very disappointed. Like, it was overkill what happened to him, and I'm very upset about it. And I'm going to be like, very like, fuck all of this shit. If it's just, Braun Strowman has been beating his ass for centuries now. I'm sick of it. And Roman got to beat him once because Braun made a mistake. Oh yeah, some fucking top face. Look, if you're gonna be in this position, Roman, like, I don't know, you need to start taking some cues from Triple H or something. Stop playing some fucking politics. Bury some motherfuckers. God damn it. It's time. They're gonna boo you no matter what. You might as well get yours. Fuck all these people. Fuck their feelings. Fuck their pride. Fuck their families. Get yours. That's all I wanted to say. Now we can get into the superstar shake up.
Fuck their families?
Yeah, fuck their families. Think about your family.
Oof.
That's right. Be a heel. Be the heel they want you to be. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. With like the Empire, we're starting fucking petitions and thinking about taking up arms for your ass for this shit. We're not going anywhere. Only thing you're gonna do is piss off people you're already pissing off. So what's the fucking? You turn heel, we're not going anywhere. God damn it. Seriously, if it's not evidenced by now that we're not going anywhere, I don't know what the fuck you think is gonna happen. Just fuck them all. That's all I gotta say. Okay, now, what is the superstar shakeup? Now, okay, let's talk about how it was structured or how it wasn't structured.
There was no structure to it?
There was no structure at all. It was just seemingly at random people moving from show to show. So I was keeping up with it, but then it just got like there was no structure, so I was just like, what? Oh, okay, whatever. So your thoughts, your opinions. Who do you think made out better and why?
Well, I mean, like everybody, a lot of the talk today has been like, oh, we're after SmackDown, and today it's been like, oh, SmackDown came up like way better. You know, it looks like they have a lot stronger. And in terms of like two guys who get like crazy like Styles has been getting crazy reactions forever, but Nakamura is already getting that same level of reaction only 2 weeks in. And so like having those two guys, and like neither of them were part of the shakeup. Obviously Nakamura was called up last week, but it wasn't technically part of the shakeup. So like when you add like Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, like the men's side for SmackDown all of a sudden is like really strong, and like it's kind of become like the work rate show, because you can imagine just like you got, you know, Owens, Zayn, Styles, Nakamura, Corbin, you know, Rusev whenever he gets healthy, Cena whenever he comes back. Even Ziggler can, you know, put on good TV matches. So, like, they got a lot of guys who can do a lot of fun stuff in the ring. So I feel like that's going to help SmackDown a lot, because sometimes, you know, when they don't have, like, the best stories going, they won't necessarily have, the matches to make up for it. But when you put all those guys together, and now, like, Alpha and Usos are really, really clicking in the ring. I could see them have matches like every other week at this point, because those are just a hoot. Those are really good. And New Day should be fun there too. New Day, who I've always thought have been like a little bit sneaky underrated in terms of like ring work. So SmackDown came out pretty well. I'm down about it. I'm down about the shakeup, but that's primarily because, my favorite two acts from SmackDown went to Raw, which I knew one of them was going. I knew Alexa was going to go. That was like pretty much a guaranteed thing, which I was, you know, happy for her, sad for me, because really enjoyed her segments on SmackDown. But watching when Raw started and hearing Cena's music hit, and then I was like, wait, what the fuck? And then like it clicked for me, and I was like, no, why did you do this? Why did you take Miz away from us? You know? So that was a big bummer. So those, like, losing my two favorite acts off of the show I reviewed was kind of like, I was a little bummed about that. And then, like, I had worked myself into a shoot that somehow SmackDown would also get Sasha, or even just like Emma or Summer or something, you know. But like,
you wanted a better worker on that show.
Yeah, I mean,
Tamina.
Yes.
Right.
I mean, well, I want, it's not just a worker. Like, Tamina's not a good promo or character either.
But I mean, that's like worker overall.
Yeah, just performer. Like, she's not very good. Like, sorry things, but she's not very good. So, like, adding Charlotte's a big deal, but boy, that gets real thin real fast. If you go Charlotte, Naomi, who's just in the middle of her breakout, you know, like, it's not like she's a sure thing at this point. Becky, who's been totally underwhelming, and then immediately goes to Natalya, which is, okay, Natalia's been, you know, kind of fun here or there. And then it's like Carmella, Tamina, it's like, holy shit, that falls off real fast, you know? So I don't know how they can be doing like 2-3 feuds anymore like they have been doing for the last couple of months, or last, before March started, before the like rundown to WrestleMania started.
Well, see, here's the thing, and I don't think it's going to be that much of a problem. The only thing is, I think people were expecting, because let's face it, the SmackDown Women's Division in ring quality is really below the Raw Women's, and it has been since the split. And I think a lot of people expected there to be a little bit more balance from that.
Yeah.
And you don't necessarily think Charlotte's going to be the one.
I mean,
be that anchor.
Yeah, I got a lot of love for Charlotte since she came over to my show, and all of a sudden I've become like one of her biggest fans for no apparent reason. But yeah, it's gonna be a tough task. It would have been a tough task for anybody kind of to lead, that division. But she's got a lot, riding on her plate, because they clearly think of her as like the highest caliber talent. Shane called her possibly the greatest acquisition in the entire shakeup.
Her matches will get considerably more pay-per-view time.
Oh, no doubt about that.
Her first pay-per-view match is probably going to be double the time of the last couple of women. Like, I'm sure Kane Knight will come up with the numbers, but yeah. Okay, well, like, I get what you're saying, but I don't think that's necessarily an issue with this division because of the stories that could possibly be there. Because, like, one thing that Ryan Ward does is he uses a lot of, like, meta situations, and, like, that's why everybody's like, shoot down live, so, and I think one sneaky thing that people might get lost in is that Tamina and Naomi are actually really close in real life. So we could be seeing another situation where somebody turns on somebody because of what the other person has, and we don't know the levels they could take that. They could surprise us. I think because it's based more on story. I'm way more excited for Charlotte to, like, she was the only one who got character development in the Raw Women's Division, pretty much.
Exactly.
But the character development was only that she's pretty much like perfect.
Way better than
way better than anybody else. And so I'm hoping that she actually gets a real character, and you get to see the layers of what was working there, like the girl with the daddy's issues, and the superiority complex, like that provides something. So what I think Ryan Ward may be able, especially with somebody as horrible as Carmella, and you get Natalya to get going, you might be able to turn Charlotte face with a situation. I don't know how good she would be at it, because, like, listen, let me get it out. I was watching some old Raws from 2015, and I know, like, people are like, well, why the hell are you watching those shows? They're terrible. Yes, they're terrible, but what I noticed about those shows is Roman was getting cheered a lot more then than he is now. He seems super over then by comparison. Like, seriously. But, I was watching some of his matches, but, Charlotte would come up as a face, and it was just like, no, she is devoid of anything I like about her now. As a face, I was just like, no, why do they think this could work? She's like a robot. I'm so, like, the point when I finally got on her side is the Ric Flair stuff. When she told him to hit the bricks. But, like, I'm excited for that. I just hope that, like, Vince doesn't go ape shit and is like, I gotta book Charlotte for another pay-per-view win streak, damn it. It worked so well the last time. Yes, it worked well for her. She's a star. Don't do that again.
Right? Yeah, seriously.
It worked well for her. Bailey and Sasha, not so much. No. So, somebody made an argument, and I'm going to bring it up because don't want to say I agree, but I think they have a point. They said, of course, SmackDown won this Superstar Shakeup because they're the one that got all the stars in the shakeup. Because Raw makes people feel important. They makes people stars. SmackDown is about the stories. And everybody has been saying about the booking, how different the booking is. And I was like, well, I don't know. Because then you have Alexa, who absolutely...
She buried Becky Lynch.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Just like a 4-second silence. Just not sure how to respond.
Right, because it didn't even register bury Becky Lynch. Oh, okay. We're taking a trip to Becky Stan, I see. So, listen. I think there's a point to be made that Raw, being on Raw, if you're getting pushed, even if your push isn't going the greatest, makes you seem like more of a star as opposed to just being in a good story and everybody's just into the story. Because, like, Charlotte definitely comes across as a star now. And Kevin always came across as a star to me. That's why I chose him. When he came out, like, all shaven with the suit, and he just...
I was digging that tie. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, my God.
That blue tie, I was like, yep, I'm here for it.
Everything was very deliberate. Kevin Owens is somebody who pays extreme attention to detail.
Yes.
That's why when he is... See, once again, when people want to crucify Cornette, he was making a point, and people were just trying because Cornette has very colorful language, and he called Kevin Owens a fat motherfucker. People just heard that, and they were triggered, and they were like, Jim Cornette is calling him a fat motherfucker, and this, that, and that. No, what he was saying was, and I saw it on Raw. I just saw this. When it's something he's not into, he's not going to give it his all. But if he cares, he is. And he shows it. He has shown it. Like, clearly, honestly, I kind of wondered if him and Seth Rollins had heat. Because he didn't care at all. He did not try at all. Like, and with Roman, it was...
I don't even remember that.
Over the Universal title, man.
I don't remember it at
all. Oh my God, that was Kevin Owens' first feud. When after Triple H gave him the belt, they had the first.
Yeah, that
they
happened.
had their first match. Yeah,
I forgot about all that.
Yeah, and then right after their first match, I think Seth Rollins had got a little stinger, or he had a little boo boo, something with his rib. The first thing Kevin Owens was like, "Oh, we supposed to feel sorry for the motherfucker that was bragging about injuring Finn Balor," and I was like, KO. Is that in the script? Because I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be a fake.
I remember this too, and people were like,
right.
Well, KO and Finn are like friends in real life.
In real life.
Yeah,
and they were wondering.
Okay.
And they were wondering, did KO go extra, like, lay some shit in there? Fuck your ribs, motherfucker, you know.
That's right. It's all coming back to me now. Yeah.
And with Roman, he tried at the Royal Rumble because that was a big stage and everybody's going to see it. But also with Roman, he was like under the impression like, shit, these motherfuckers going to cheer me regardless.
Yeah.
So let me sit in these headlocks and troll some motherfuckers in the front of the... Everybody, like, he probably had some fucking bet. I'll buy you some beers if I can't make you laugh while you be sitting in this headlock for 5 minutes. Or some stupid shit like that. So, like, he knew he was just spinning his wheels, so he didn't care. Soon as they were like Jericho feud, snap. That's what, like, people like, they were so shocked KO was acting like a heel. I was like, but he's been acting like one since his feud started with Jericho. What do you mean? Oh, that's it. You don't watch Raw. I'm sorry. You're a SmackDown stan. My bad. But, like, seriously, he has. And I'm just so glad. Like, he's the person I am most God, if we could just like, I kind of get what they're doing with the U.S. title, but see, here's my thing. Last year they made the Intercontinental Championship seem very important, and now it's on Raw, and now I don't have any hopes for it to be important. So it's kind of like they're gonna do this with the U.S. title, and then what? Next year they're gonna take that? Are we just gonna play around robin of which title SmackDown's gonna make feel important this year? I don't know. This would be so better if like Raw actually had their shit together. I feel like this swap would be a lot better.
Man, you just took me down memory lane. I was just like processing the whole entire fall again.
Yeah. Because people were talking about Kevin Owens, and I was like, "Are you kidding me?" Like, I was so invested because when Triple H handed him that title, everybody was so happy, and I'm like, "I'm sorry."
And you were like, "This is bullshit."
Yes, yep. I'm sorry to shit on everybody's parade, but I can tell you exactly how this title run is gonna go. And newsflash, you're not gonna like it. Like, yeah, I understand you kill the messenger, of course, but he's on SmackDown now, and like just like The Miz, of course The Miz is gonna be neutered. He's a heel. He can't be a big heel and be that important to the show because Triple H and the Authority are always hovering around. They're still hovering around. Seth Rollins ain't got rid of shit. Please. This has been my theory. This is one of the reasons why I think Roman doesn't
want to turn heel.
Fuck turning heel. I believe that's the main reason I am not going to be Triple H's bitch boy. And Samoa Joe is just doing Triple H's dirty work. They're just not saying it.
Samoa Joe didn't even get on the Mania card. Like, at all.
No,
he didn't show up whatsoever.
Was he even on? Yeah, he was on Raw. Was he on Raw this week? I stopped watching. I
don't remember. I
can't remember.
I wasn't reviewing this week, so I wasn't paying that close of attention.
Right. I can't remember. So that's what I'm like saying. And you bring Samoa Joe in. And that's why I was like, I was reviewing the show. And people were like, you're just downplaying. I'm like, yeah, of course I'm downplaying it because he's yet another person in service of the almighty Triple H. And I'm sorry. I think he does great things. I refuse to bow at this motherfucker's altar. Because a lot of the shit that's going on wrong, like people don't understand. You want to keep this motherfucker's title. He is the executive vice president of talents, live events, and creative. And creative. And that's not just NXT. A lot of this shit I think is intentional. And he's always been a fucking scummy ass person. And if he don't like you, seriously, if he don't like you, he's gonna try to fuck over your career. And now he's in charge of everybody's career in WWE. Well, and let's get to the bigger story about bullying, and everybody wants to fucking pick on JBL, and I cannot believe I'm finna fucking stand up for JBL right now.
Boy, this is going in a direction I did not expect.
Because he's horrible. He is fucking horrible. Do you know what he used to do? Allegedly, this happened at least to Christian when he was new on the roster, and he was in. After the show, after you change out, you're in the shower. JBL would take his maggot ass into people's showers and forcibly shower them with the threat of sodomy hanging close by.
That's very strange.
Yes. And this shit was approved by the motherfucking Undertaker and all the people that ran with him. And you know who wanted to be in the Undertaker spot so bad so they could have that control? Triple motherfucking H. Because as soon as Undertaker stepped away from that role, Triple H grabbed it by the fucking balls. And he's had it ever since then. No wonder the wrestlers treat each other so well, because the fucking management is the one treating them like shit now. Everybody who used to be bullies back then, it came out of Triple H's own mouth that around WrestleMania back in his day, they could not have families come and do tours with the locker room because they'd be shocked as fuck at what they saw. People putting shit in people's food and all types of fuckery that was going on, that JBL was encouraged and fostered. And now, because a certain few people get this shit out, who the fuck do you think let JBL do this tomorrow? Why do you think they let him do it? Because they didn't like him. He was an outsider. He wasn't like them. He probably was too much of a mark. He liked wrestling too much. Or some bullshit like that. And it was deemed, oh, well, who's going to go after him? Well, it's got to be JBL. He's the one closest to him. It's how this fucking company operates. So you're sitting here and supporting your money on it. You have to demand them to be better overall and not just fire JBL. Although I do think he at the very least needs to be reprimanded, talked to, but it's systematic. It's from the fucking owner. It's trickle down. Yeah. And as Morrow himself said, I finally got his name right. He's no longer with the company. As he himself said, you go to the event, support the men and women who are putting their, like, this is some more like smarky shit. Hey, shut up about your damn fire JBL. You should be chanting fire David Otunga, because he's actually the one taking away from the entertainment value of the damn show. That
was the best swap for me as the SmackDown.
Oh my God. I don't even want to watch Raw. I swear to God.
Byron killed it too last night. Byron was his goofy best. Oh man, I love Byron Saxon. I'm
proud of Byron, and I had always said that David Otunga was the worst thing about SmackDown.
He's so bad.
And then they're gonna put him, and he gonna get an extra hour. Who does he have pictures of? I need to know.
It's a good question. Yeah.
What does he have on? He got something on somebody.
Well, isn't he like? Doesn't he do like actual legal work for WWE too?
I have like no idea.
So maybe he knows some fucked up shit. It's totally possible.
Like I can't take it anymore. I promise.
He's not good.
Oh my God. But no. Like, that's what, sometimes I think we know too damn much, and it just,
yeah.
Like, okay, so I know I know too much, because when I'm watching matches, one of the things that I like about wrestlers is when a wrestler does a high dive, I like if the other wrestler is able to catch them. Like, I shouldn't be looking for that shit.
Right, yeah.
I should be looking at the dive. But I'm like, oh, he caught him. I'm like, yay. Like, so it's like, like the weirdest relationship that WWE has. And sometimes, like, last night I was watching it and I was like, if they could just, like, stop antagonizing their fans, I think they would be okay. Like, I really feel that way.
I think if they would stop antagonizing their fans, they'd have like one of the healthiest scenarios they've had in a long time.
Yes.
Because I think the amount of talent they have is astronomical.
It's just amazing how many talented people they have. And like, as my emperor said on Talk is Jericho, you see, like, it's funny to me how people are still saying these crazy narratives about Roman when I like listen to him for an hour and a half, and I'm like, you know what, you said that, but that's like the exact opposite of what the fuck he just said. But okay, he was like, he wished that everybody could be world champion, and I was like, oh, he really is a millennial. Why are you getting pushed?
Yes, that is so millennial. Seriously,
he wish everybody could be world champions, and I was like, oh. Dude, why is it's got to be the looks? Why, he's too fucking nice. I can see. I thought Vince like ruthless people. He is getting soft in his old age. That's what people don't realize. He's just getting soft. I don't know, cause oh God, Raw. I really don't know, like. I'm glad SmackDown made it out like gangbusters, because, like, okay, The Miz is gone and that kind of sucks. It's going to suck for him. It is. Because, like, he's small fish in a big pond on Raw, and on SmackDown he was a big fish in a small pond.
Yeah, he ain't seeing any world title runs anytime soon on Monday night.
I kind of predict that he might like be in a situation where he's gonna get cheered on Raw.
You think so?
Yes.
I could see that. That wouldn't surprise me.
Because
like, he got cheered at Mania by all those smarky fucks.
Yeah, and like whoever, like, I love Dean, I do,
but
he get like, and like people are like they didn't watch Dean Ambrose get booed over AJ Styles. That's why you turn Styles face, because your faces were getting less over by going against him. You're like, well, not John Cena. He's fucking John Cena.
Well, I mean, Cena got chance against Ambrose too, and nobody gets like
right
in Philly. Remember that when like Cena
in Philly, like, Cena was getting cheered over Ambrose.
He said you fight off like Stone Cold was right on his podcast, and the crowd was like, Cena.
Like in agreement, like they were agreeing.
Yeah.
Right. So either he needs to freshen it up, or like if that's the feud, because they didn't get to like complete their feud on SmackDown because Cena came and stole it.
Mm-hmm.
But if it happens on Raw, like I don't, and then the writers on Raw seem to think like if a heel's with a woman, it's okay to insult her,
right?
In any kind of way, and like that's just
a mess. Yeah.
Right. And that's just like,
very good.
No, that's why I said
my 5 favorite acts in the company are all on Raw. It's so frustrating. Ugh.
Okay, well, let me see who my favorite acts that are on SmackDown. Okay, the Usos are there, Naomi, Charlotte, AJ. See, that's why
Charlotte's about to be dead to you, so.
Oh yeah, she is really about to be dead to me completely. Like as soon as she beats Naomi, she is dead to me. Dead. I will go to her funeral if she doesn't like just completely bury her. I'll go to her funeral, but she'll still be dead to me. But if she just like squashes her, beats her, one natural selection and quick tap out or some shit, I'll be like, this is some bullshit. It might not even be racism, but I'm going to play the race card. Fuck all of you. I'm going to be that petty. It's because she's black, damn it.
I mean, it has always been uncomfortable to know this company's history and see the tall, blonde, blue-eyed woman who claims herself as genetically superior, like putting down the women of color. Like it's a little skeevy. It doesn't feel great.
I really hope that Charlotte has learned from the past bullshit that they did with her in storylines, that she will be like, you know what, I'm not going to even kind of even sort of suggest that. If it's brought to her attention, I would hope that they're smart enough to do it in a way where race isn't an issue at all. I hope so. Like, I know genetically superior is her tagline, but like all during the commentary, they're in their ear like, if you say genetically superior, you will lose your fucking job. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Don't you ever call Charlotte this during this feud. Okay? All right. And it'll be cool, but like, she'll still be dead to me. Like, look, Sasha did not get her nice little 3-4 month run with the title. So one of my girls got to get it. If it's not going to be Sasha and then Nikki can't get it, so she comes back, one of my girls has it. She has to go at least through the next pay-per-view. She defends it there, and then she can drop it after that. I'll be fine. Because it's like a big chunk in between pay-per-views. But no, she'll still be good. She's probably going to win. She's going to be the first woman to have the Raw
and the SmackDown
title. That's exactly why they switched Oh my God. We cannot have another reign of Charlotte. We cannot.
That's that's
I'm
what
so
I tell
nervous
you.
for that.
I'm gonna be, if that happens, I swear to God, like I'm gonna turn on it so fast. It's gonna happen so fast. I'm putting up a good face right now, but boy, I tell you, whew, I'm ready. I'm already cranky about everything that's happening on Raw. So
yeah, and okay, let's talk about like the weirdest part of the superstar shakeup. Bray Wyatt, who should have been shaken all the way back to NXT into a whole nother gimmick because Bray Wyatt is done.
They should have turned him face in this story with Orton and put him over. Like that was the only chance they had. Yeah.
If they weren't going to have Harper in there, yes.
Yeah.
Because to me, it really falls off. Like people like he getting revenge, but I just don't think the revenge is equal to what. Like Bray Wyatt is not a threat. Everybody sees it. It's like such a joke. And then he burned his house down. The dude's out there crying, and I'm like, and then he loses his championship. He's delusional as fuck. Like, and then they're having a House of Horrors match on the Raw pay-per-view. And Randy Orton's still a SmackDown guy. And so, like, would they dare let Bray Wyatt win that match? Would they dare?
Why? The WWE Championship is on SmackDown. You can't take it and put it on Raw.
Yes, you can.
Then there's no top title.
There's the United States title, which AJ Styles is going to be fighting.
Then they only have one title, and Raw has like 5 men's titles at that point. Literally 5. Wait, no. 4. I can't count. I'm sorry.
But no, if you count the tag team as 2, I guess it could be 5.
Well, cruiserweights, tags. I wasn't counting tags. I was just thinking men's singles. But cruiserweight, Intercontinental, Universal, and WWE is 4. That's way too much.
Well, because it would work if they would just go ahead and make the Universal title the part-timers title. That would work beautifully.
They should just rename it the part-timers title.
Or the fucking Brock Lesnar title. There you go, bud. Keep it. It's yours. You can have it. Like, after hearing Roman say the motherfucker broke his goddamn ribs in, like, the first minute of their match, and, like, he couldn't breathe for, like, a fucking month or so, like, no, I don't actually want anyone to face Brock. Let alone Finn Balor, who's made of tissue paper.
God.
Gender. Why y'all gotta hinder the gender? See, Brock.
Don't even.
Brock stiff people all the time and get paid $12 million.
Yeah, it's because he's Brock Lesnar.
Right.
It's been the weirdest thing. I'm triggered now that you said don't hinder the gender because wrestling Twitter has been so weird over the last like 3 days, being like all up on Jinder Mahal.
All of a sudden. They like Jinder Mahal. Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here with that shit. I swear
it's to God. It's so patronizing. It's so goddamn patronizing.
Yeah.
He sucks. I don't give a fuck.
He was kind of decent on talking smack, to be fair.
My 10-year-old recognize he sucks. And he's a 10-year-old. He think everybody can wrestle. Come on now. Lord, Jinder Mahal of all people. The only reason I don't care is because it's Mojo Rawley, who I could not give a fuck less about. Are you serious? Is Grunt just gonna follow him every fucking show?
God, I hope not. I'm
and
over
interfere in every fucking match. At this point, he should be banned.
Yeah.
Like, he should not be allowed to have a front row seat. You keep interfering.
Did you watch Talking Smack?
Yeah.
That's what Jinder said. He's like, this guy needs to get fucking banned. What the hell's going on?
He keep interfering and involving himself. And like, I'm a Patriots fan. I could not give a. If it was Tom Brady, I'd be like, who the fuck cares? I'm watching a wrestling show right now.
Seriously.
I don't give a fuck if Mojo Rawley is friends with Gronk. What does that do for me? Like, I'm telling you, Mojo Rawley is the guy that I would spend the entire party trying to avoid. The entire fucking party. And, like, I would declare it a success if he never accosted me during the evening. Because he's the type of guy that he gets you, he's just extra, and you be like, dude, like, there aren't even drugs at this party. Why are you so excited?
There aren't even drugs at this point. Well, what kind of party is that then? Shit. It's clearly not a SmackDown party if there are no drugs.
Yeah, that's right. There's clearly not.
They have so many people with cocaine stashes now. Or ecstasy. I don't know what they're doing, but it's something. That is not a serious statement in case anybody is listening.
No. It's just a joke.
Just some bands. I'm pretty certain they're all on drugs, though.
Something in the water. Something's going on. But yeah, overall, it's just like I'm whatever. Because I'm more focused on the big picture, which is nothing's changed on Raw.
Yeah.
Nothing.
No.
Nothing.
Nothing will ever change on Raw.
Nothing. It has to one day.
One day. We know when that day will be. But one day.
I keep praying.
Ooh.
No, I'm not praying for that. I'm just praying for like a miracle, like an epiphany. I would never pray for that. I'm going to tell you, for as much shit as I give Vince McMahon, I might have to take a day. When he dies, when he passes, I'm gonna call him to work. I'm sorry, I can't come to work. They're like, why? Because Vince McMahon died. Did you not hear? What is wrong with you? I'll be in tomorrow. Fuck you. Yeah, but like, it's a very complicated relationship. I think most fans have with Vince, because of course they boo his top star, and then when he comes out, they heap all this praise on him. And it's not like he doesn't deserve it, but at the same time, he also deserves to be booed for the shit he's doing. So, it's weird.
I started looking up Mojo Rawley's Wikipedia because I want to understand why he's friends with Gronk. And all it says is just he is also good friends with NFL, but I don't know. It doesn't say why. Or how. They didn't go to school together, so
they didn't. I thought they grew up together, or were high school buddies.
Well,
they go way back or some shit.
Gronkowski's from Arizona or some shit, and Mojo's from Virginia, Alexandria, he's right from my neighborhood. And
they didn't play in the same school at all ever. Were they on the same football team? Wasn't Mojo in the NFL?
Oh, wait, hold on. Who has he been for? I don't think Mojo ever played for the Patriots. I don't know. This is not important.
Did Gronk not play? Yeah, but this, I mean, that's the interesting part. They aren't telling us. It's like, he's just friends with this moderately successful football player.
They fucking met at some party somewhere.
Oh, really?
No, I don't know. I'm just speculating.
I can imagine. And they're like the same type of annoying guy.
Same type of annoying dude, bro.
Who thinks they're the life of the party, but everybody really wants them to go away.
To leave, yeah.
Please leave. Who invited this motherfucker?
Bro, why are you ordering us all shots of Jaeger? We're not 22.
Oh, Jesus.
Or 19 even, I guess. Shit.
Who calls women broads anymore, dude? You're not 19.
Yeah, that was a tangent.
If I have to sit through a fucking Mojo Rawley push, I'm so sorry, things. I don't know, but oh my fucking Lord. I'm sitting here what the I don't get it at all. At all. And you know what? It's they say AJ's the face, but like it does. I don't think they've made it. I don't know. I don't think it seems clear enough yet.
I think he's the de facto face. It's simply for the fact that it's so weird because like the most definitive thing they've done to make AJ Styles see the face is literally just be like defend SmackDown's honor, and that makes you the biggest baby face in the world.
Yeah, this is my show.
This is my show. And you're like, fuck yeah. You know?
And I'm like, but you've been terrible to everyone on the show.
Just put the commissioner's head through a car window literally less than a month ago.
Right. We're supposed to forget that. That was a mark of a good guy.
That was literally less than a month ago because it happened when I was in Berlin.
That's crazy, though.
That's hilarious.
That is hilarious. He became a face by supporting SmackDown.
That's it. That's all he did.
Oh. And once again, Kevin Owens, he was in talking smack, his whole heel point was like, this is a land of opportunity for people you like, which like I wish I could have went and shook his hand because I'm like, I've made this point as well, Kevin. Daniel Bryan is fair to people he likes. He's not fair to everybody. Because they're like, well, people are human. Yes, people are human, but you can't call yourself fair if you're not fair to everybody. Like, maybe the heels don't deserve fairness. But, say that. Don't, like, put AJ Styles in a match against his enemy at the time as the referee. And be like, oh, no, of course. I didn't like it. I didn't like that. It was worse stuff.
I forgot about that.
I remember a lot of stuff if I don't like it. Oh, yeah. But AJ is in a very good spot. It's kind of weird that, like, he doesn't seem to care about the WWE title right now. And he's like, yeah, I'll take the United States title.
Well, nobody cares about the WWE title right now. That title is tainted currently.
Why did they
even need to use the title for that feud? They never needed it for that feud.
No, they do not.
They didn't need to give Randy Orton a Royal Rumble victory. They didn't need to put the title on Bray Wyatt. Like, if the end game of all this is for Randy Orton to win an awful match to become a 13-time champion at WrestleMania and Bray Wyatt to look like a fucking geek, then don't do that. don't do it.
But so, do you think it would have been better had Brock won the Royal Rumble and then Goldberg went on to like do it that way?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Because like. It's funny, like, this is the first time people have been happy with the Royal Rumble winner, but they're simply happy because it wasn't Roman.
Yep.
And like,
they all got worked.
Right. And the fact that it wasn't Roman made people relieved and kind of ignore the fact that, oh shit, they're putting on Randy Orton. And then, oh shit, look what the fuck they did with the Royal Rumble winner this year. Like, look at what the fucking plan for the Royal Rumble winner was this year, as opposed to like when they planned it on Roman. Like, the execution was terrible, but the fucking idea for somebody to come out and win the Royal Rumble, then go take down fucking Brock Lesnar, that sounds like a decent plan.
Yeah.
And now the plan this year is for Randy Orton, who's already won a Royal Rumble, who's been champion over a dozen times, to be in this like spooky, campy ass angle, win the Royal Rumble, and go have a fucking 10-minute match with fucking special effects. Yeah. And then the execution, like, that's the type of shit that, like, if you're going to take a chance like that, the execution has to be superb. And it was less than that.
It was not superb.
like it could have maybe worked if the match was more cerebral. It was more psychology driven. But they were just doing fucking moves until the shit came on the ring. And then the finish. There was no actual creative thought that went into that.
That match was so bad. There was a Sister Abigail into the barricade. There was an RKO on the outside. And then they both hit their finishers in the ring too. And I'm not entirely certain anything else happened in that match other than like the bug gimmick. I literally don't think anything happened. I'm not even certain they even punched each other. I just think they went to hit finishers on the outside immediately. I'm pretty certain that's how it went. They probably did a collar and elbow tie up or some shit. I don't really care.
You know, I've watched all but 2 matches
Back
from
from Mania. Yeah.
I didn't. No, like I've never
you
seen
never watched.
them.
Oh, okay. Have you not watched that match?
I saw that match.
Oh,
I
that was
didn't.
the one to skip. Jeez.
I didn't see. I saw the end of the mixed tag match. I never saw that whole match.
The match is not.
And then I saw like gifs of the Miz getting praised during the match.
That was so weird.
And then I saw the entrance of the Triple H Seth Rollins match. And then when I fast forwarded, it ends. It always for some reason it goes to the right before the pedigree reversals, which
my god!
Oh, like the image of 2 men forcibly shoving each other's hands into the like. Not only is it like giving me weird thoughts, it wasn't smooth. You know,
no, yeah.
Like, those reversals, those reversals didn't make very much sense, like in wrestling sense or real world sense. I've never seen anybody like if the pedigree isn't even. It should be a transitional move already.
You know what it kind of reminded me of? It reminded me of from the SummerSlam match with Rollins and Balor, where they did that spot off the top of like a flying nothing into a triangle choke.
Yeah.
And it was executed so awfully, like just horrifically badly. And then Shane McMahon does it like a million times better. Oh, that's fucking hilarious to me. Oh man, Shane McMahon, better wrestler than Seth Rollins.
I'm not really surprised by that because how long Shane's been around the business and he at least knows how to follow and how to read like the audience and read other people. And first of all, like Triple H, I guess he was obviously calling that match, but it's just like I don't know how to articulate it. It was just from what I saw, it was not something I would like, oh, I need to see the beginning of this to see why they got here. I didn't really actually want to see the pedigree. I think I saw a gif or something of him doing the Pepsi plunge or something like that. And I was just like, come on, Trip. That's so petty. Yeah. So I thought it was funny. We were so hyped after WrestleMania. And then this week comes and we're like, you know what?
Well, for me, it's literally just like all of my 4 favorite acts in the company are all on Raw. And I knew, and I was like 100% certain that 3 of them would be, well, not 100%, because there was like 5% of me. I was like, maybe they will put Sasha on SmackDown. Maybe. But that was just me working myself into a shoot. But then losing Miz too, I was just like, man. I've been bummed ever since that happened, to be honest. Like, and then SmackDown was fine, but it wasn't,
Yeah, they have to reset. I think it's going to be interesting to see what they do with Nakamura.
Yeah.
Like, you cannot have him on TV every week wrestling matches. So, and because SmackDown is a show, they don't have a ton of time.
Mm-hmm.
The perfect show. Like, if he hadn't been on Raw, I would have been like, oh, fuck me.
He's working TV matches every week, yeah.
he's going to get less over every week. Because they're going to present him, like, even, like, thank God JBL got his ass in check, because if he had have presented Nakamura as odd or peculiar or no, this is a fucking rock star, and you should bow at his feet, motherfucker, before he knees your face off. That's how you treat him. So he could almost be like, if they do it well enough, he could almost be like Brock Lesnar without the diva attitude. Because from what I hear, you know, he just, like, if it's a house show, he's not going to work hard. But I don't hear, like, he's a diva like Brock in the same way Brock is, like, don't want to work with these people or won't lose this way or bullshit. Like, I've never heard that about him. All I've heard is that he might take matches. He might not go as hard in certain matches because, you know, it's just a house show or something. Which, like, he might not, like, WWE house shows, like, you don't have to have a work rate match. You can go out there and bullshit and the crowd will be happy.
The crowd will eat it up, yeah.
Yeah, they'll be happy to see you. So, like, he doesn't have to be taking ridiculous fucking bumps to get over. If he doesn't have to do that, then that's great. Just as long as, you know, when it's time for those big matches, he shows up. Mm-hmm. I hope he gets better opponents than he got in NXT. The only NXT opponent of his I liked truly was Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
That's it.
That match was
Ever
great.
since, it was awesome. And that's the type of match I expect from him. And then everybody else is trying to have these, like, I don't think you should just try to have a WWE, traditional WWE main event type match for him. Like, fucking let him wrestle his style of match because he's special.
Yeah.
And if the motherfucker in the ring with him isn't capable of wrestling his type of match, then don't put him. They don't deserve Nakamura.
Right? Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, I'm all for treating him like, you know, Brock. SmackDown's version of Brock.
Mm-hmm.
I think we've talked about all, like, the major.
Yeah, we've bounced around. We've just gone, like, all over.
Yeah, because, like, that's exactly what Rod gave us. So
that's exactly what the shakeup was. It's just everything just all over the damn place.
And we didn't get any real explanation.
No explanation whatsoever.
You know, so.
And it would not have required much. Like, would not have required much at all. And I tried to make the point in my review. It's weird that SmackDown's kayfabe management would seek out, like, big stars for their show. Because that's not the philosophy that they have built for their show. You know? Like Sammy, yes, definitely. Rusev, yes, definitely. Someone like Emma, that would have been a perfect fit for the whole Land of Opportunity gimmick. It would have been great with her coming in there being like, I don't care about the Land of Opportunity. This is all about me. I'm the only thing that matters. Like, who cares about opportunities for everybody? It would have been such a perfect fit.
That's true. Charlotte has no business.
No business.
Because she's
literally had all of the opportunities have been hers. Like, seriously. It doesn't make any sense in kayfabe that those would be the people that SmackDown, like, bargained for, you know?
And Kevin Owens also doesn't really make sense because now, see, it kind of does, because if they're going to trade the Intercontinental title, which, like, Daniel Bryan always talked about wanting to bring the prestige to that title, but he may feel like his job was done, and he did remark about how he didn't think that was happening at one point with the United States title.
Yep, he did make that. That's true.
He did make that point. Comment. Yeah. Now, if they could just bring it up on the TV and help me out a little bit, just one sentence, that would have been a nice, like, oh, okay. Because, you know, they had Kevin Owens there, and he was acting all like they didn't draft him, and they, Which my comeback would have been, well, we didn't draft you. We drafted the United States Championship. So good luck in retaining it. Like, right. Ain't nobody scared of Kevin Owens. Shit.
Yep.
It needs to be like, there always needs to be a character that just like really ain't scared of you. It needs to be somebody with Braun huffing and puffing and blowing people's ambulances down. It needs to be somebody to be like, you sit your little toddler head down. So it needs to be somebody. That's why I like Stephanie, because she's really not. She ain't scared of
anybody.
Sorry.
Yeah.
She's not. And she shouldn't be. She's the fucking boss. But yeah, there wasn't a lot of explanation, but that's what you get from Vince. And every time the two shows come together, this happens. So.
And I've been saying
it's gonna be a minute because
I know, because Payback's kind of like a dual brand show.
Yeah, and people right now feel like SmackDown won, and we can't have that. So Vince is like, what? What are they saying on the Twitter thing? SmackDown won? Oh, fuck, that was not the intention. They have to think I hate this show so they can keep watching it.
Yeah, exactly. It goes against the branding.
Right. He's just pissed off right now.
Which is exactly why they should have been looking for reclamation projects and rehab projects. And people who are undervalued, like Sasha Banks.
Well, see, you say that, but then you don't want Seth Rollins on SmackDown.
Okay. Seth Rollins redeemed himself. He came all the way back. He's at the top of his arc. We don't need him. And he's gonna lead Raw to the promised land. Oh shit.
The only argument I would make against it is that because every face he would that has a spot that he would feel is already more over than him on SmackDown. That's the only reason. Yeah. But then I would say, okay, honestly, seriously, I know it's not the same, but if AJ went to Raw, it would have only made sense for Seth to go over.
Which would have been such a massive downgrade. Then you would have gotten people fucking up in arms.
And I think that should, if you're playing with the narrative, that's what should happen.
Yeah, but
no,
you can play with the narrative so much, but then you also have to have the show be good.
The shade.
Is it shade? I mean, that's a pretty big downgrade from the guy who's getting chants for his name for minutes on in every arena at this point, versus a guy who 2 months ago was threatening to kidnap kids and shit. So nobody remembers that. You know what also nobody remembers? This might trigger you. This might trigger the entire planet. Remember on Raw back in the fall when Bayley and Dana Brooke had an arm wrestling contest?
Oh my God. When they did that, I was like, this is some diva booking bullshit.
Oh man. Boy. It's such a surprise. It's such a surprise that Bayley's character is not over, isn't it? Oh man, what a hoot!
Oh, we can just talk about all the missteps that have been made.
So many missteps
on Raw. So many, and it's just oh my God, it's so upsetting.
It is.
And I have tried to not be bitter about certain things on SmackDown, but I've given it up because I'm so angry. I'm just gonna let the bitterness go, and I'm gonna tell you, I love the Usos. I love the Usos.
Yeah,
I'm bitter as hell about them being healed and being Usos just letting them be them. And I'm also, and this is directly from the whole Roman stuff. Just being honest, Baron Corbin is quickly approaching go away heat for me.
Really?
Yes. And I have just been quiet about it because I know everybody loves him. I can't fucking stand him. Simply because it has nothing to do with him. It's simply because I think Roman Reigns would be a million times better in that role.
That character, yeah.
A million fucking times better. And because I think this, I fucking cannot stand Baron Corbin's fucking hot topic, fake tough guy wannabe ass. Cannot. I'm just like when Kevin Owens came out and shit, and then Baron Corbin, I was like, who the fuck asked him to, like, ugh. Jeez,
Yeah,
I'm serious.
That was weird to have him come out. I was like, wait, what? What's this?
Exactly. That was weird.
Although he did make the good point. He was like, well, I just beat the shit out of Ambrose, and he ran to Raw, and then he beat the shit out of you, and you ran here. So I could totally beat the shit out of you. I was like, huh. How about that?
He always has those empty claims. He's still not a champion.
He's a heel.
Of course. And when he had a championship match at WrestleMania, what happened? 3-second tan. That's what happened.
It's because...
Take his ass back to hot
because it was on the pre-show. Yeah.
I don't care. It is so petty, and I've started feeling this way, like right when Baron Corbin was starting to get his push on SmackDown, and I think I said it once, and I was like, I know that's so wrong. That's so wrong. That's what people do to Roman, and it's wrong of me to feel this way, but I cannot help it.
I don't think it's wrong of you. I think it's natural.
Because like every time he comes, dun, 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 and I'm like. Like everything about you, Roman is better at. Like every fucking thing. Everything. Why the fuck are you doing Roman's part? Why couldn't Roman stay in NXT and get this fucking push? I'm serious. I am at the point where Chris Hero should have been in the motherfucking Shield. That is where I'm at. And I love the Shield. I am at the point where Chris Hero should have been the one in the Shield. That is the point I'm at. If it meant Roman would have stayed down there with Dusty, gotten his heel character over, and I wouldn't have to fucking see Baron Corbin doing a fucking low rent version of it every goddamn week. Okay, that's enough. Like I said, I was mad at everybody, but it's just, I can't do it. Like, everybody be going, I hardly say anything. I don't know if you noticed, every time Baron Corbin comes on, I hardly ever say anything about his matches.
Now I'm going to be looking out for that.
Because, and it's not like I think he sucks. He doesn't. He's fine. He's just not Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is a better heel name. He has a better look. I'm sorry, but he wrestles fucking better. I'm sorry, he talks better. I'm sorry, he's way more fucking believable as a badass. Baron Corbin acts like he's trying to be a badass. Roman Reigns looks like he will fucking murder you. Okay, that's enough of my... Oh, okay. This is one. I did have this idea. One thing you would like to see from both brands.
Oh shit!
Yes, just one thing you would like to see from here to SummerSlam.
From here to SummerSlam.
Yes.
Interesting. And I tell you, I immediately started fantasy booking shit in my head. All right, I'm gonna do SmackDown first. What's the one thing I want to see? I want to see the beginnings. I'm gonna say two things. I'm gonna cheat. I want to see Rusev come back, and they start a babyface turn for him. Because I feel like his personality, like his character obviously is a shithead, but his like personality is quite entertaining. He's got pretty good comedic chops, and I feel like there's some room for there to get a babyface run out of him. So I want to see that. I don't want to see whatever the fuck Lana's doing. I'm telling you that right now. I'm not gonna have great words for that in my reviews. I'm already pretty certain I'm gonna hate that. another thing is I want to see on SmackDown. I want to see Sammy get his arc going of not to like triumph necessarily at SummerSlam. Although I was pitching a Zayn Cena feud for SummerSlam, which would be kind of lit. But I don't know. I want to see something. I want to see a bigger, gradually bigger organic crowd connection on SmackDown Live for Sami Zayn. I really want to see that. And then in terms of Raw, like I want to see a show that doesn't make me regret watching it every week. And I want to see a show that somehow makes me be that doesn't make me feel super conflicted when they put a Alexa Sasha feud together and I don't know who the fuck to root for and I get angry about who goes over. I don't want to see it. I know everybody else wants to see them shoot fight, and I'm the only one person who doesn't want to see it. Keep them away from each other. In fact, put them together as a pair. Put them together as the evil heel pair, and I would instantly request to write the review from Gino every week. But that's not going to happen, obviously. So just I don't know, make your characters more interesting and believable. That's all I want, Raw. It's a very wide, very wide hope, very wide berth that you have to work on there. But maybe you guys can do it for me. Just maybe. I don't know. Probably not though. I don't know. What about you?
Okay, well, this first of all, Raw. All right, I know what you did. I knew it as soon as Dean Ambrose came and Steph and Roman stayed. Please don't put oh God. Please don't put the Shield back together. No Shield storylines. It's a 3-hour show. You got enough people. This is what I really want to see from Raw. Take Finn Balor seriously. Don't just put him out there and give him empty little things. So the crowd will pop, but kind of sort of not get behind the motherfucker. Start paying attention to other guys on the show that are faces.
Other male baby faces.
Yes, that the crowd would like to support. And if they push them accordingly, because everybody seems to enjoy the show better when the heels are booed and the faces are cheered. It's weird. It's I believe that's how they enjoy SmackDown. And also for the women's division, just fire everybody who's ever written anything for the Raw women's division for the past 6 months. Fire them, and you know what? Tell the girls, you know what, girls? You know your characters. Just have at it. Have fun until we find some writers, okay? Because, Nia Jax as the featured player, and I'm very scared that they somehow feel like Charlotte carved out a role on Raw, and now Nia has to fill it. No, it's not. I mean, I don't think
that's a nightmare scenario.
Exactly, and I don't think you think what you think gonna happen. What had happened with Charlotte is gonna have happened with Nia. I don't think that's gonna work. I want to see Emma actually get some time and get her character over. Please let her get that character. I think that's a boss kick-ass character because she's a sexy fucking badass who just goes out there and kills people. And it's all about her. I love that fucking gimmick. As far as SmackDown, which I kind of think, to me, it's a 2-hour show. The tag teams weren't getting any time. And it seems like they got more dudes, more singles guys. So I don't know how they're going to balance the time, but I really want...
Women's division is going to lose half of its time.
I think that's what I fear. It's going to... something's going to have to get cut and like they really can't cut anything more from the tag team division. I think they're gonna get like New Day talk for 10 minutes every fucking show.
At least.
So you're telling me if you have New Day on your show, they're not gonna be New Day anymore. They're not gonna do their New Day thing anymore, and so that's gonna cut into something else. So I just would like to see as much of an equal balance as possible, because I think that's gonna be the complaint. Like around SummerSlam is so-and-so's not on TV. Why did they put him on SmackDown? He's not going to get any TV time. I'm telling you, I can almost predict it. People are going to be so mad Rusev ain't got shit to do at SummerSlam and he healthy. But
you know who people are going to be bitching about that they haven't been a featured player on SmackDown?
Who?
Becky Lynch.
Who?
Becky Lynch.
Oh, look, we're not going to keep going. We are not going to keep going.
I'm sorry.
I'm trying to stay away from Becky Stan. I did not get a passport. I don't have any shots. I don't know what it takes to travel there, so I'm just going to stay clear of it.
Becky Stan is a big mess. Like, there's been a lot of, like, people are just, throwing weapons in that country and everybody's shooting at each other. It's just it's a nightmare, basically.
It is. And
I literally just compared Becky Lynch to Afghanistan.
I know you did. It is kind of a mess, though. I think it's the mentality. And it happens with all of us stands.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, me and the Roman stands on Twitter, I believe one or two people stopped following me because they're like, this bitch here, I'm so sick of her whining about motherfucking Roman Reigns and retweeting everybody else whining about Roman Reigns. So, like, I kind of get it. Sometimes people have to be in their feelings. This is a business where they mind fuck us. They manipulate us emotionally, and that's the point. Mm-hmm. And it's just sometimes you don't like the way they're attempting to manipulate you. No, manipulate me in another way, damn it. Don't manipulate me this way.
Make me feel other emotions.
Right. We are what is the name of that movie with Halle Berry and Billy Bob Thornton? Where she's like, make me feel good. Make me feel good. That's how we are to the WWE all the time. And I realize that sometimes they have to piss us off. They do it too often. But
Monsters Ball.
Yes. Sometimes, it's good to get the crowd angry and riled up. But you have to take all that energy and aim it in a positive direction. The anger is just, it's not directed. It's not positive. People are trying to take over shows to get an announcer fired.
Yeah. Leave that shit. Wait, well, I mean, that's at least kind of. I would rather have them, be social justice warriors like that than fucking yelling that a man being killed deserves it. So,
I was so triggered. Do you know how triggered?
You were very triggered.
So triggered. I was very triggered. I had to stop watching. I was so sad. I was like, the bloodlust is too much.
It was. I feel like I don't know why. Was it just beating Taker has just elevated it to that crazy
level?
Let
me tell you.
Because I was happy about it. I'm the only person.
Listen. I have someone that I know who casually watches wrestling, and he's like a fucking mark. He's like Goldberg, Brock. These are the only motherfuckers that matter and shit like this. He was cool with Roman Reigns, and I talked to him today about wrestling. The first thing it came out of his mouth was "fuck Roman Reigns. He beat the Undertaker." Ooh. It's the first thing that came out of his mouth, and I was sitting there like, "Oh, they should have turned him heel, shouldn't they?" Vince is not reading the room. I'm telling you, I think he may have went a tad bit too far. Like, seriously, this is he is not a smart. He does not do this shit that we're doing at all. But like WrestleMania, Brock, big names, yeah, he's, and then even after I'm sitting here and I'm talking, because he's a sports fan, and logically, like, Roman Reigns is 20 years, like, I'm like, so I said, you saw the match, right? He's like, yes. And you see that the Undertaker is old, right? He was like, yes. And you saw that Roman Reigns is in the prime of his life, right? He's like, yes. So you admit that a much younger man in the prime of his life should be an old man, right? He's like, yes. I said, and you're still upset that Roman Reigns beat the Undertaker? He said, fuck yes, the Undertaker. I said, are you 8? Do you still believe in magic? What the fuck is going on?
Marks, man. Fucking marks.
All of them. All of these fucking marks. So, and what's so funny is that I'm such a big Undertaker mark. And that's another thing that triggered me too, is because there's been plenty of scenarios where this has happened. Something very similar to this has happened to the Undertaker, where he's just being the Undertaker, doing his Undertaker business, and he'll just get this shit beat out of him and put into something, and that something that he's put in is destroyed. That's happened to him more than once. So I'm sitting here watching my current favorite wrestler getting my old favorite wrestler's booking, and it's just, and then the crowd is just loving it, like, kill him, set the ambulance on fire. Do it again, yeah. And I'm like, Braun needs to buy him like so much beer after this. Like, did you see? Like, I know the fake bump. I'm not talking about the one with the camera trees.
Yeah.
When Roman was like, he took him by his vest or whatever, his shirt or whatever,
and just 8 feet through the air, through the table,
just fucking flung him.
Yeah.
I'm like, is this how you treat the top star of the fucking? What if something had happened? No, for real. Like that, how do you safely land into like concrete and other bullshit? Like, he was throwing him on real hard surfaces. So I was like, all of this. What? So if Braun is not about to beat Brock for the Universal Championship, all of this, what people are just very excited. All of this is what you call a false victory for Braun. All of that was a false victory. And it felt good, and you cheered, and you got your nah, hey, bye-byes out. And you're still going to be upset because Roman's actually not really hurt. So he's going to come back, and he's going to, like, they're going to have a hardcore match, obviously. Probably last man standing. I hope it's last man standing because, like, Roman's pretty good at those from what I've seen. And, like, I hope it's not, like, an ambulance match. Oh, God, I hate ambulance matches.
All right, so an ambulance match is basically, like...
It's where you put the person in the ambulance.
And then the ambulance drives off, and that's the end of the match.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Exactly. That's why
that should not be a thing.
No, it shouldn't, but I've seen... Or a stretcher match, which is even fucking worse, where they have like a line at the ramp, and whoever puts the person on the stretcher and pushes them past the line wins.
Wow. Is that a thing?
Yes, I've seen several. I've seen John Cena. I've seen John Cena in ambulance and stretcher matches, and they fucking suck. Not because of the people. Like, Rey Mysterio was in one. And it was like one of the best ones I've ever seen because it's fucking Ray. But the concept was stupid. And like, like the cord kept fucking with the stretcher and it kept tipping over. And like, I'm telling you, they were having a good ass match around this stupid ass gimmick.
Stipulation, yeah.
Yeah. But like, I just hope it's something like fun where Roman can make him bleed his own blood and feed it to him. Like, and that's it. But it was like, remove all of my feelings away from it, it was a fucking awesome ass segment. That shit was tight. But it was terrible. Oh, God. What are we going to do with fucking Raw? You have to watch it. You have to watch it.
Why do I have to watch it?
You have to watch it because your favorites are on the show.
Ah, fuck. That's true. God damn.
You at least have to pay attention. Like, you don't have to watch the show, but you're going to have to keep up with it.
Yeah. That is not fair.
It's not. It really
Just
isn't.
one. Just give me one. One of them. One. I don't even care which. Just one. On my show.
Yeah, you and Things and stuff were both like,
I know,
everybody else is so happy. You're like, they just gutted my show.
Things is like, they took Ambrose, they like, the villains had broken up, they did like other stuff or whatever, and I was just like, yep. I was like, I agree with you for totally different reasons, but I am 100% on board with you, Things.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I bet you next week you'll be back here talking about.
Next week it'll be like a 75 grade. That's like it's like a guarantee. They're gonna have like a Styles Owens promo segment. And it's gonna be fucking fire, and I'm gonna be like all caps. I was all caps on Twitter last night, and I didn't even like it. Well, I liked the show, but I didn't get
you weren't very excited about it.
No, it was fine.
It was fine.
I liked Raw better this week. How about that? Wow.
Wow.
Did everybody hear that? I said I liked Raw better this week.
I think the earth just stood still.
Right. Is that one of the signs of the apocalypse?
Wow. What's happening here? That's just because of the swaps.
That's just because Alexa showed up. Let's be real. Let's be real.
I'm excited for her on the show. I think she... Like, people are like, oh, the booking. Alexa's gonna be fucking over. They're gonna have to intentionally try to bury her for her not to be over on that show.
Yep. Well, here's the thing. I'm worried that all of a sudden the Raw writers are gonna start fucking scripting her shit, and it's gonna get like worse. So I'm worried about that. Like, for sure.
What you mean, like giving her stupid ass promos to say?
Yeah.
God, I hope not. I really do.
I'm worried about it, though, you know?
Oh, God. Yeah, because I don't think, like, she had, like, there are certain people there that, like Dean Ambrose, if they tell him to say something stupid now, he says, like, no, I'm not saying that shit. He does. So, a couple of other guys, I think all the Shield guys are, like, at that point where they're like, no, I'm not saying that shit. So, I don't know if Alexa's, yeah, you're right. Damn. Are they like really leaning into the like Disney villain shit?
Oh, fuck. They are.
Especially against Bailey.
Oh, no.
Because, that's what little girls like, the Disney stuff. I hope not. That's a bad thought. Bad thoughts.
Those are bad thoughts. Oh, God.
No, this is doomsday scenario. I'm sure, like...
Raw is a doomsday scenario.
Wow, I don't know. Yeah. We'll see. Anything you want to cover before we get on out of here?
What else is going on in the world of wrestling? Is there anything else going on? I don't even...
I mean, like, if you want to... you think we covered the JBL stuff?
Yeah, we went over that.
Yeah, because, like, it's just, to me, it seems like a witch hunt when, like, the same people who are going after JBL are also, their very next tweet will be like praising Triple H. Oh, hell, I'm like, he's a fucking bully too. Shut up.
Praising Triple H and then singing No Chance.
Right. And they're both fucking bullies.
Yeah.
Like, people are so fucking scared of them, they don't even work with the company. Motherfuckers are scared to tell the truth about them. Oh, no, Triple H, he's a great guy. Yeah, oh, he didn't bury me back when I was in my prime. No, he sure didn't. No, he didn't. He was always supposed to go over me nonstop. No, and kill all my momentum. No, he's a great guy. Yeah.
You know what we should mention? We should mention people being weird and looking up the marriage certificate for Renee Young and Dean Ambrose.
Okay, you know what? I saw it on my Facebook where they were like showing Dean Ambrose from Raw with the ring. And my first thought was, oh shit. Yay! They finally did it. Moving on with my day. But yeah, that's odd. Like, why do you,
right? You don't know these
that?
people. These people are complete strangers. Why are you fucking? It's weird. Don't do that.
And this is why I understand them not talking about it, or people having another child and not mentioning it.
Yeah.
Like, you know who I love is Janet Jackson, because you do not know about her personal life until it's over. Like, she's going through her third divorce, and nobody, like, when was she married? Like, I swear to God, they were like, Janet Jackson's third divorce? I'm like, she ain't never been married. What you talking about, third divorce? and she's a Jackson.
And she's a Jackson, yeah, exactly.
How did she keep it? What is her secret? Who is she paying off? She's good. She is a good one. Well, yeah, that's weird to me.
I don't even understand, like, I'm about to become a total hypocrite here, because I was about to say I don't even understand like congratulating people on getting married and stuff. No, I think I'm skirting the line here, but I think I'm gonna be okay, because that's weird. You don't know them. You've never met these people. They're strangers. Why are you wishing complete strangers especially if like they're trying to keep the shit on the down low, if they're like putting it out there openly, like if you get a proposal at WrestleMania, okay, sure, you can tweet that or whatever. But like if they're keeping it on the down low, not saying anything, you're like, you find out from some weird internet way, and it's like, oh, congratulations. I don't know, that feels icky. But then again, I did, however, wish Charlotte happy birthday last week on Twitter. So,
it's her birthday, though.
Because it's my birthday, too. So,
No, that's different, because it's their birthday.
Yeah.
You don't think last year I didn't tweet at my emperor for his fucking birthday? He follows no one. But like, just the fact that he might have seen my tweet, that is enough. God damn it. And by the way, 2 people in the business have liked my tweets. X-Pac liked my tweet once. I was so happy. I was over the moon. And like, I think it was yesterday or the day before, Stokely Hathaway. He liked my tweet and retweeted me.
Yeah, I've had some stuff with Stokely before, and I got popped for it. I was like, oh shit, Big Stoke.
He's a joy to follow on Twitter, by the way. And like, I don't follow indie wrestling, but I'm like, I'm gonna have to like order like one of these shows he's on just to see him, because like I watch like his promos and stuff on YouTube. That's another thing WWE is like sorely missing the boat from, and I don't know when they got this idea that like every wrestler can talk, because it's never been true. They've always needed talkers and managers, people who maybe aren't athletic. Like, where the fuck would some guys be without Paul Heyman talking for them, or Bobby Heenan talking for them and teaching them these things? So, like, even somebody like fucking Teddy Long, you know what I mean? You need somebody with a gift of gab out there, and just they put a lot of these guys out there, and they don't have that. And just give them a manager. Why? What is this so hard? I wonder when that happened. I'm gonna research when they stopped.
When they stopped using managers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is.
I don't know. It's just
because they can add so much. They can add so much to the program. Like, seriously.
And Vince used to have, like, there was a certain point, Vince had so many managers. Like, there were stables of managers here in his stable, in his faction. And, like, all of a sudden, there was no managers at all. But, like, Paul Bearer, that was it. It was like, what the fuck happened? When did he stop? I think it kind of coincided with the Attitude Era. Like, don't remember those many managers. I do recall, like, managers being less of an emphasis, and like a dude could just get a hot chick with him, and she couldn't do shit but be hot. Like, and Sunny gets a lot of shit, but Sunny could talk. She's a fucking talker, and she knew how to work fuck crowd. She got it.
Could she really talk? I fucking don't remember.
Hell yes, Sunny. Oh, Sunny would get heat. She would put like, I know everybody, like, but she was a mid card thing, but there was a point when, like, she went with the tag team titles. Like, whoever was the tag team champions, she was with them, and the motherfuckers would get over because they had Sunny with her. And it wasn't a Sable situation. Sunny could talk. She could get shit over. Like, because, like, Chris Candido was great in ECW, but Body Donna Skip was not. And the only reason people ever cared about the Body Donnas is because of Sunny. And it wasn't like she wasn't even like how she ended up being overtly dressed. She was dressing like exercise gear. She'd come out with a microphone and berate people. You call them, okay, you fat, lazy slobs, it's time to get your butts up. And I was just like, okay. She could talk. I don't know where it went to, just like, oh, we'll just have no valets and everybody can sink or swim on their own. Everybody isn't The Rock.
Yeah.
But we'll see where WWE goes from here. But it's not, like, I have no hope for Raw. Isn't that sad?
It is sad.
It is sad. I don't have any hope.
It's just until the creative changes. Like, it's not, like, you'll get good episodes. We've got 2 good episodes of Raw, pretty good episodes of Raw in back-to-back weeks, but it's because they've been, like, big things, like Smart Mania and then the shakeup, you know?
Yeah.
But, like, 2 weeks from now, when they're, like, in the middle of, like, trying to launch feuds, it's going to be, you know?
Right.
So, I don't know.
And so I'm just going to YouTube the fuck out of it. Yeah, I'm just going to. I wish they would, but, like, I know, especially going through this situation with JBL and Morrow.
Oh, yeah.
There's no fucking. Like, I would be fired. There would be no, like,
right.
You can't fucking bully me. I would be fired. They would be like, you know what, we decided that, you know, your temperament. I'm like, my motherfucking temperament. What you mean? You the one trying to fucking bully me because I forgot to shake some asshole's hand. Who the fuck is he anyway?
What a weird fucking place. What a weird place.
What a weird fucking place. I also read about that was Dave Meltzer said that the reason, like, people like, well, JBL's been this way and blah, blah, blah. A big reason why there's not this, like, wall of silence on it anymore is partially because the boys in the locker room ain't with that shit anymore. and nobody, like, everybody that's a wrestler that has come out publicly and stood up for JBL, they do not currently wrestle for the WWE.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
They're all former guys, correct? The current guys, as of yet, have said nothing. Which I'm sure they're told to say nothing, but I'm sure it's also because I'm like, man, fuck JBL picking on that dude. Yeah. I know Dave Meltzer is people coming at him, but, like, fucking do your thing. Expose the whole shit. People are coming to him talking about he's just targeting JBL. He already said from the beginning that JBL was a symptom. He is not the cause, and this gets much bigger than him, and he's working on the story. Yeah. So, like, if this helps change, which Also, fuck Jonathan Coachman. There's no culture of
right.
bullying. When you yourself, I've listened to shoot interviews. I'm an avid person. Like any wrestler, former wrestler, whatever. I don't care if they're lying. The whole fucking interview. I want to hear wrestlers shoot interviews about the business. I love that shit. I have listened to him talk about this shit. And if he doesn't want to talk, you know who is more than willing to talk? Kevin Kelly. He does not give a fuck. he fucking hates like the culture from WWE. Like where is he in all of this? Nobody's asked him. Because every chance he gets, he tells the fucking truth. Like, yeah, this motherfucker was a bully and they did this and they did this. And I'm like, wow. There are certain stories like the one I told you earlier about the shower shit that I listened to, and I'm just sitting here like, by the way, I didn't get to, he tried this shit like when WCW and the Alliance shit happened, allegedly.
Oh, with Booker, right?
Yeah. And like I heard that and I was like, out of everybody from WCW to try the shower shit on, you picked the dude who was in prison. So you wanted to get your ass beat in the shower. You wanted somebody to stop you. That was a cry for help. Oh yeah, and everybody who's pissed off at JBL, if you haven't, just Google JBL versus Bart Gunn.
Oh, I've seen that. That's great. That's a great bit.
And even if he never gets his justice, you can at least laugh at the tough guy getting knocked the fuck out for real. Allegedly, I don't believe Vince Russo, but it kind of makes sense. Like a couple of guys in the company at that time already didn't like JBL, and they were actually hoping that somebody knocks him the fuck out in the Brawl for All. So that was in like what, 98?
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
10 years ago. Oh Lord.
20 fucking years. Yeah, no shit.
Godspeed, Dave Meltzer. You don't let anybody fucking discourage you on that shit. So, all right, you can go ahead and
we can get out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've talked too much. So, shooters, always remember this very simple philosophy. It will hold you well throughout all of your walks of life, and always remember to go hug yourself.
Bye.